They told you energy was random, that luck decides, that fate controls. But they were wrong. The truth is, the universe doesn't answer to noise, it answers to command. Every thought you think, every emotion you repeat, is an order written into the unseen. Your aura isn't passive light, it's power in motion. It listens to your mind like a soldier to its general. If your thoughts are weak, your aura collapses. If your thoughts are strong, the world begins to rearrange itself around you. Look around, the successful are not lucky. They are deliberate, focused, magnetic. They walk like the air itself is obeying them. Because it is. You want to change your life? Don't chase the world, command your mind. Because when your mind aligns with purpose, your aura becomes law. And when your aura becomes law, reality obeys. There are forces in this universe that bend to the will of those who know what they want. They don't bow to chance. They don't kneel to circumstance. They answer to vision. They respond to power. And that power doesn't come from wealth or bloodline or luck. It comes from one thing only, the mind that knows its own command. The truth is ancient and unchanging. Your aura obeys your mind. Every vibration that leaves your thoughts becomes an architect of your reality. Every silent belief within you is a law being written into the fabric of your destiny. You are not merely a participant in this world. You are the unseen cause behind what you call your life. When your mind is fractured, your aura is weak. When your mind is clear, your aura becomes magnetic. And when your mind burns with absolute purpose, the world itself begins to move out of your way. Think of the greats. Edison, who failed 1,000 times not because he was stubborn, but because he knew his invention existed before it was visible. Ford, who refused to accept impossibility, and forced steel, oil, and labor into obedience under the command of his vision. Lincoln, who carried a broken nation in his soul long before he carried it in his hands. And Carnegie, who looked upon poverty not as a curse but as raw material for greatness. Every one of them masters of mind, sculptors of energy. Their aura wasn't luck. It was discipline vibrating in human form. You see, the mind doesn't just think, it broadcasts. It radiates. You are an energetic transmitter, constantly sending out commands to the unseen field around you. And the field, obedient, impartial, infinite, rearranges itself to mirror your inner state. If you wake with doubt, your aura grows heavy. If you move with conviction, your aura sharpens like a blade. And if you train your thoughts to align with purpose, every door begins to open as if the locks themselves remember your name. That's not superstition. That's resonance. The law that Napoleon Hill called definiteness of purpose. The truth Emerson whispered through every essay. The principle that every spiritual master disguised in parable and poetry. The mind commands, the aura obeys, and the world follows. But to command, you must first own yourself. And that is where most fail. Because it is easier to blame the economy than to master focus. Easier to complain about time than to sharpen discipline. Easier to envy success than to become success. Yet the man who conquers his mind doesn't wait for opportunities. He creates them through vibration, through will, through work. He is not swayed by moods. He is not controlled by fear. He is not the slave of emotion. He uses emotion as fuel. Pain becomes his fire. Rejection becomes his direction. Struggle becomes his sculptor. Understand this. The aura you carry is not what others see. It's what the universe feels. When you enter a room with purpose, people feel it before you speak. When your thoughts are clean, calm, and exact, the air itself seems to part for you. When your soul vibrates with certainty, even chaos begins to move in rhythm. That is the secret every master discovered, not to chase control outside, but to generate command within. Your aura obeys your mind, and your mind obeys your training. If you train it in fear, you will radiate limitation. If you train it in faith, you will radiate magnetism. If you train it in gratitude, your presence will bless everything it touches. So I ask you now, who do you train your mind to serve? Your doubts? Your memories? Your habits? Or your vision? Because whatever you serve becomes your God. The truth is, every thought you repeat is a seed, and your aura is the garden. Negativity poisons it, faith nourishes it, focus shapes it. That's why the successful live as if surrounded by invisible power, because they are. They protect their thoughts like treasure. They guard their focus like oxygen. They do not speak casually about failure. They do not entertain weakness as an identity. They think deliberately. They move with purpose. They are not ruled by what they see. They rule by what they believe. The aura does not understand excuses. It understands emotion. You cannot lie to your vibration. It knows what you feel. It knows what you think when the world is quiet. You can wear confidence like clothing, but your aura reveals the truth of your spirit. That is why every transformation begins in silence, in that private war between who you are and who you choose to become. It is in that silence you forge power, brick by brick, thought by thought. It is there you decide. Will my aura obey fear or faith? The mind must be trained like a blade. Every day you must sharpen it against resistance. Every distraction is a test. Every setback is a teacher. Every delay is a mirror, asking, do you still believe? Because belief isn't a thought, it's a state. It is a frequency of certainty so strong that doubt cannot breathe in its presence. That is why those who truly believe cannot be stopped. They have already seen their victory in the unseen. When Edison was told his inventions were impossible, his mind had already built them. When Disney was laughed out of studios, his mind had already drawn the kingdom. When Jobs was fired from his own company, his mind had already rebuilt it 10 years ahead. They didn't chase energy, they created it. Their aura was not reaction. It was declaration. The weak wait for energy. The strong generate it. Because they understand that emotion is not random, it is programmed. If you wake up with no energy,